Hello and welcome back. It is Tiny Tuesday again, and it is a new month, which means we have a new theme for this month that you all voted on, which is sea creatures. As you can see, we're going to paint a crab today. I've got this colorful one. I actually have a video at the very end to show you how I got these colors, like just the technique I used in case you want it. It's just going to be a short little time lapse at the end because we are actually going to paint this one today. I love the colors of this one, and I will share with you the colors and all that here in a little bit. I hope you find this to be a fun, loose, let go kind of painting. You're really going to need to let go with this one because we're not drawing anything ahead of time. We're just going to jump right in with our paint. Now, this colorful one, I don't love how this one turned out, but I want to show you this one that I did several years ago. I like how I left the back legs just blue. I just think that one looks better. You can choose. Okay, use any colors you want. Just have fun with this and really trust the process because it's just going to look maybe a little chaotic. I don't know, but we're going to do shape by shape. It's going to be fun. So the colors that I'm using today are lemon yellow, orange yellow, cadmium orange, and magenta for the crab itself. And so I'm going to show you what they look like here. You can save yourself a step because these two, the orange yellow and the cadmium orange, they just kind of look the same, don't they? I mean, they're slightly different, but not enough to like use two different ones. And then the lemon yellow and the magenta. Okay, so I didn't mix anything. Those are just straight from the pan. So, all right, we're gonna just do a base layer of the lemon yellow for our crab. And you can see I'm doing kind of like the shape of an eye or a football or a lemon or whatever you want to do. And really, if you look up photos of crabs, they're all different shapes. So, I mean, just have fun and let it be wonky. And now we're going to just, while everything's wet, I'm going to kind of do the letter C. Or maybe more accurately, once we get going here, they're going to be a bunch of little parentheses kind of for our legs and our claws. So for these front claws, you can see kind of just like open parentheses, close parentheses. We're going to keep this simple and making sure everything's nice and wet, but we're not having any water running or anything like that. And I'm going to just kind of work in little sections like this. Now I've grabbed one of my oranges. I've grabbed the light orange to start with. What is it called? Yellow orange. And I'm just kind of tapping that in here and there. And you know how like on crabs, there's like little segments of their claws and legs. Listen, I don't know anything about them. And you know that I don't care about accuracy. We're going for charming, not like anatomically correct. Okay. That's what I'm going for. You can research things if you would like. Okay, so for the little sections, I'm kind of just doing the colors for now, and then I'll add pen details to add sections later. This cracks me up, this stage of this, because it just looks like he's flexing. It looks like he's got fists and he's flexing his muscles. Okay, putting the red on the claws and then kind of tapping it in. And now I'm going to clean my brush off and just blend everything in. Everything is still wet. We're working a lot of wet on wet today. And in fact, I think that's all we're doing today. If I'm remembering correctly, I did this yesterday. Anyway, doing a voiceover this time. And now I've just got the lemon yellow on my brush again, and we're going to do another several legs. And just look at that, little parentheses. So these are the walking legs. I did do a little research because I don't know anything. So the claws, and then we've got the walking legs here. We're going to have 8 walking legs. Well, I think 6 walking legs and then 2 swimming legs. You guys, please feel free to correct me. This one was kind of fun because I'm working a little quickly just because it is wet on wet and I want everything to blend nicely. So after I laid those 4 legs in with the yellow, I'm coming back in with my oranges. Again, just pick one orange because you can't even tell the difference, right? And then adding red on the tips or whatever colors you want to use. I kind of had the idea of doing like a hot pink and orange, which is why I chose magenta, but it kind of just ended up looking pretty red, which I should have known because it just does look red in the pan. All right, got those the way I like them for now, and I'm going to do our back legs here, and you can see I'm being very choppy with my lines here. I'm not trying to do like really controlled brush strokes or anything like that. I'm having fun. I want it to be whimsical, of course. If you want yours to be more accurate, you're just going to do your brush strokes differently. You're going to do it differently. But this is just, look at that, just plopping in some orange there on the yellow so it blends in nicely, and then adding my cadmium orange, which looks just like the yellow orange once it's on the paper. And then finally our red at the end, at the tips of each of our legs. And I'm loving it. Do you see how choppy it is? I like that look a lot. And now I'm just kind of dabbing some red here and there because I think it looks good, and just kind of attaching some of the legs that look like they're not attached to the body. I feel like this painting was really a good exercise in just letting go, having fun, and just experimenting. And again, this is very much a trust the process kind of painting. And I'm just going to tweak it here, even though I'm like, oh, be free, let go. Here, it looks like I'm obsessing, but I'm just kind of tweaking here and there. And then I step back and look at it. And then I'm like, oh, yeah, I could use just maybe a little bit more red right here. And I like kind of how it looks disjointed here and there. It just, I think, adds to the whimsy and the charm of it. You may think otherwise and want super solid lines for the legs, and that is a-okay. And this is another thing where it looks kind of fun, I think, without the pen details, but I seem to have an addiction to pen details. So, I'll be adding those in a little bit. But each, step I take here, you can be like, I'm done. That is good. I like it. So now I've got a size 8 micron, and I am just going to outline very loosely our little crabby friend. And of course, here is the optional step of just adding those little segments. Maybe there's a name for them, you can tell me in the comments. And just very loosely adding them with my pen. I like it. I think it's fun, and I think the wonkier the better. And I like how it's coming along. Look at those muscles. He still looks like a flexing person to me. Okay, not person, but you know what I mean. Just kind of trying to let go here. You can see I'm just letting my pen flow pretty freely. I am going quickly. It kind of looks at times that I've sped up the video, but I haven't. So yeah, just kind of let go of your control and maybe just paint with confidence instead of control. How's that? Or maybe not confidence, because I really was like, oh my gosh, when I'm doing this, I'm like, is this going to work? So I really wasn't confident, but maybe courage. Yeah, we'll paint with courage and just have fun. And I'm going to say it maybe one more time. I'll try not to say it any more times. Trust the process, because look, it's coming together. I think it's so cute. And oh yeah, got to add a couple eyes. You don't have to. I didn't in that one that I showed you that I did a few years ago. I did not add eyes to that one. So it's optional, like everything else, right? Okay, everything's dry here. I'm going to mix together ultramarine and yellow green, and we will paint in our background. So you do not have to do a background. And I know I just said in my last painting I did with the llama, I was like, I think I always put blue in my background. But you know what? We're in the sea now. I mean, it's water, so we'll see. Maybe I won't do green or blue for all of them. All right, I added the yellow green. You can see when I mix them together, you can get really green, or if you add more of the blue to it, you get more blue. Now, I just kind of like moved it to the side so I could see what that looked like with the crab, and I decided I wanted it a little bit more green. So added more of the yellow green, and I think I like how this one's looking, but I'm going to test it on a piece of paper before I add it to my painting. And I really do like that. I love this color combination. And so I'm going to get a lot of water on my brush, not a lot like crazy, you know what I'm saying? But you can see it's very wet because I want to drop in more color here in a little bit. Because generally speaking, I like my backgrounds to be nice and blended. And so, whoops, I got a little in the leg there. I like them to be nice and blended. So see when I just add some color to that really wet background already, it just flows really nicely. Now, I do have maybe a little too much water in this little section, but it's fine. You can dab some of if you think it's too much, but I think it works just fine there. So I will speed you through this background because this is what I'm going to do. I'm adding just a light wet background first, and then I will be dropping in some darker color. But see how I love how it makes that crab pop off the page like that. Even though I think it looked fine with just the white background. You could also just do splatter if you wanted to, if you're like, I don't want to go all those little crevices and all that. So drying this completely, and I've decided I like how he looks, but I'm going to just keep going because that's what I do. And so I'm going to bring in my brush pen here, my Pentel brush pen, and I'm going to make my lines just more bold. Again, we have an optional step here, and I like to be real wobbly. You can see I'm not trying to like force it here. I'm just really hesitantly, to be honest. I was making these lines bolder because I thought, oh boy, if I don't like this, I need to do a whole other video. And yeah, I don't have that kind of time. But I end up really liking it. So just play, just be courageous, like I said before, and have fun with it. And I'm not trying to be very controlled here. You can see I'm being very wonky. I'm going in and out of the lines, letting some white still show, letting some of the green, even of the background, show through. So whatever your style is, just go for it and have fun. I think the more you practice loose painting, the easier it gets. And it's easier to let go every time you do it because it's just scary. Because when you're thinking, well, I like it how it is, so maybe I should just leave it. And that is very true a lot of the times. And sometimes I wish I would have. However, sometimes I'm also like, you know what, we're going to go for it. I know when I see other art and they have these bold lines, I love them so much and just choppy. And I just think they're so cool. And so I just went for it today and I'm glad that I did. And when I do these playful paintings, I think I learn more from the playful paintings than I do from the careful ones. And also, I have way more fun with these types of paintings than paintings in the past where I've tried to be super accurate. I just eat it. I don't know. It's just not enjoyable to me. Now, when I see somebody who does like a photorealistic style, oh my gosh, so much respect. I love it. I've got a size 2 micron here. I'm just scribbling in some lines. But two things about photorealistic. One, I can't do it. I'm just not that talented. Two, it stresses me out. I mean, sometimes even though I see somebody's art and I love it, it just gives me like anxiety. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's just too perfect. Again, so much respect and gorgeous, but yeah, you know what I'm saying. Okay, size 8 white jelly roll pen, which I don't know where my size 10 is. I loaned it out and I don't think I've got it back. So I need to get some more of those because honestly, the size 10 jelly rolls just work way better than any other size that I've used, including the 8. The 8 is the next best, but yeah. You can see I'm just putting in some white here for some contrast and highlights, and I love the look. And we are calling this one good. I hope you have so much fun with this. And remember, at the end, I've got a time lapse here, and I will show you how I did the really colorful one. So yeah, let's just watch that time lapse real quick, and then we'll wrap it up. So for this one, I used all the same colors that we did in our last one. For the body, I'm using our background color. I just added a little bit of more of the blue because I want it to be blue. Then I'm adding the lemon yellow, letting everything blend. And then I'm adding the red. So you can just see, and this is one important thing about colors when you're doing this. And I'm going to do the same thing for the rest of the legs. Um, Make sure your colors are going to mix well together. For instance, I've got the blue, and I know that yellow and blue make green, so those are going to be fine. And I know that red and yellow make orange, so those are going to be fine. Because sometimes if you mix colors that don't blend well together, they're going to be like brown, and that's not great. Okay, you get the idea, hopefully. And if you have any questions, oh my goodness, please just let me know. And I hope you have fun with this. I can't wait to see what you all post in the community section. If you have any questions about that, let me know, and we'll see you next week.